support a crime not because you did something wrong, but because of who you are. This is the reality of LGBTQ plus individuals who encounter law enforcement. Today, we will talk about social, sexual orientation, gender identity, and expression, and why understanding it is essential for police officer and law enforcement. Our goal is to promote empathy, fairness, and professionalism in handling all individuals regardless of their social. Before we dive deeper, let's define social. Sexual orientation refers to a person who is attracted to, whether they are attracted to same sex, opposite sex, or both. Gender identity is how a person sees themselves, whether they identify as male, female, or something else. Sexual orientation is how a person sees themselves through clothing, behavior, or mannerism. It applies to everyone, not just the LGBTQ community. Every person has a sexual orientation, gender identity, and expression. By understanding this, law enforcement can ensure a respectful and fair treatment for all.
Challenges faced by LGBTQ individuals. Unfortunately, many LGBTQ individuals face discrimination, harassment, and even violence. Some are afraid to report crimes due to fear of being judged or mistreated. Others may experience being misgendered or ignored when seeking help from authorities. Studies show that trust between law enforcement and the LGBTQ community remains fragile. But this can change with awareness, education, and proper care.
Good afternoon, Thank you for taking the time to speak with me today. And the purpose of this interview is we want to know about your insight from your experience and perspective about LGBTQ. We have 5 questions to ask you. The first question is,
Good afternoon, ma'am. I am Lawrence E. Subsi, and we are the student at Surigao del Norte State University. So, thank you for joining us, ma'am Saldo. So, let's start with the first question. So, first question ako, ma'am, is how you understand about SOGI and why do you think it is important in law?
So, as we all know, the LGBTQIAP, as what you had mentioned about SOGI, so that's sexual orientation and gender issues and expression, no? Identity and expression. So, as we all know, it's no longer taboo. When you say no longer taboo, it's already well accepted by the society, no? And we all know they already exist. They excel in different fields. So, with regards to this, with the officers from the Philippine National Police, have this orientation on this. Kay before, we are not hiring officers na violent. Okay? So when this comes to law, saan na magtago-tago karon, it's already okay. As long as you can perform, di lang kung ka mag-dress up na you want na boy ka mag-girl, no problem with that. You can express as to where you belong, it's alright.
And ano, ma'am, why do you think it is important in work of police?
It is important because we have to be gender sensitive. Gender sensitive means we cater different kinds of clients, no? It's not only male or female. Of course, those that belong to the LGBTQIAP needs attention as well. That is why the RA 11313, that law on Safe Spaces Act or Anti-Bastos Law came up to give emphasis to the LGBTQ to avail it. Kaya mostly, pag may mga reklamo manggod, usahay dili ma-entertain. So with that 11313, para gitna sa atong mga concerns.
So, my next question, ma'am, is have you received any training on handling cases involving LGBTQ individuals, or have you learned how to handle LGBTQ cases?
Wala po proper training, it's only orientation. Because when you say training, it's different, no? So orientations, we are given, of course, the definition, who are the clients, what are the complaints, where to report. So I only have those seminars, and of course, not only before participation ng 11313, we already have complaints sa atong mga third sex pwede because of their partner, pwede sa they are the perpetrator, no? So we handle the same. It's just that the Women and Child Protection List only caters to children and women. But now, in that 11313, we can cater what will be referred depending on the crime or offense committed.
On that question, ma'am, how do you ensure fair and unbiased treatment of LGBTQ individuals in police work, or how do you treat LGBTQ individuals fairly?
I have no bias with them because I have so many friends that belong to the LGBTQIAP. Of course, the conduct of those GSTL, gender sensitivity training, is one way of informing my other police officers the existence of the LGBTQIAP, how we should treat them, because we have a manual on that. We should act fairly and equally. Ginabawal po sa amo na magmak.
Kung ikaw pa itong question, ma'am, what challenges do officers face when dealing with SOGI-related cases, or what problems do officers have in LGBT cases?
So problems, naiglapon po ba na although they are oriented what LGBTQIAP is, what that SOGI is, because we're given seminars on that. Higit na walang stigma. Nagigihapoy atong madungog na negative on that, no? Especially dyan, di ba na, I don't know, sorry, I'm not a Catholic, but most naman sa Catholic, they will not access same-sex relationship. So, ang stigma is whether faith or belief. So, sa among work, wala. We cater to people from all walks of life. We're fair and equal.
So sa last question ako, ma'am, is what can law enforcement do to improve its relationship with the LGBTQ community, or how can police build trust with LGBTQ people?
Okay, so what a good question, no? Anyhow, di ba nakita yung mga organization here? It's just na nabahay, no? Rainbow Connection and the United Colors. Pero wala man yung problema because ang atong main purpose, we have an allies with them ang the office concern kanang sa imong gi-mention how to reach out with them is with the PCAD, that's the Police Community Affairs Division, because they are the ones who is engaged sa pag-reach out sa community. And of course, pag sa LGBTQ, naghatag mga kami ng importance kay way back atong sa pandemic, sa I have a radio program sa Aling Police, naghatag ito importance sa LGBTQ. You know na, nagid-lagi yung stigma before, so ginahatagan namo ng mga privileges, tagaan namo ng food or usahay lagi, list sila, kaya sila sa priority. And of course, pag na-apply mo to sa office, ginag-cater man up, we will refer them to the right office. Basta na-eric lang.
Okay, so that's all, ma'am.
Okay,
Thank you for joining us, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
So, how can law enforcement ensure fairness and inclusivity? Number 1, use respectful language. Address people by their preferred names and pronouns. 2, treat everyone equally. Avoid bias and ensure LGBTQ+ individuals receive the same legal protection. 3, ensure proper handling of cases. Be aware of the unique vulnerabilities LGBTQ+ individuals may face in crimes such as hate speech, domestic violence, or sexual harassment. Lastly, build trust with the community. Engage in dialogues, attend diversity training, and promote inclusivity in the police force. A simple act of respect can make a huge difference in building trust and ensuring equal treatment for all. SOGI awareness isn't just about being politically correct. It's about serving and protecting all members of society fairly and without discrimination. By understanding SOGI, law enforcement can create safer communities, build strong relationships, and ensure that justice truly serves everyone. Let's work together for a future where respect, fairness, and equality are upheld, not just by law, but in practice.
I am Arlene Deloso.
I am Lawrence E. Sugsi.
I am Ruth A. Lucias.
And we
we
encourage
encourage
you
you
to keep learning, keep
keep
growing,
growing,
and
and
keep
keep
making
making
a
a
difference.